Pride of Higara. This is Captain Soban of the fleet, Farron Shah. Looks like you could use a hand. Attention all Sobani, pick your targets and engage.
Hello everyone, hello. This is Captain Soban. Welcome aboard the Starship Enterprise for another episode of Homeworld, where we're testing out the Homeworld Hardcore mod. Okay, so I got a few announcements. First off, the Homeworld Hardcore mod has been officially released. These last couple days I've spent some time changing up all of the ships, changing their RUs, their armor, their weight. So every single ship has its own identity now, not just, a class of ships. Because when I was going through everything, all the frigates had the same amount of weight, all of the corvettes had the same amount of weight, and I'm just like, a heavy corvette is not as heavy as a light corvette. So I went through all that, adjusted all of those, adjusted the Kadesh, adjusted the Tyrannic Raiders. The only thing now is just I need some people to download it and do some testing and give me some feedback of how people enjoy it. So yeah, I'm happy about that. I'll have the link to the ModDB page for this mod in the video description. So that's announcement number one. Announcement number two, my humidifier is working. I'm so freaking happy. It's been really dry these last few days because of the fact that sorry about that, my dad was heading out for lunch and he wanted to know what I wanted. So cool. So again, announcement number two, my humidifier is working. I was a bad boy and forgot to store my humidifier and clean it out, so it's been kind of barely working these last few days, which have kind of sucked because it's been very cold. Today it decided to start working properly, so now it's working at full power and making it nice and humid in my room, which is fantastic. Because but if you guys don't know, when humidity levels are low, it irritates your lungs and your nose, and you sneeze more, and viruses and whatnot can thrive in low humidity environments. That's why there's a big misconception that people think that you get cold all the time because, or you get sick all the time because it's cold. Nope, you get sick all the time because it's dry, most likely in your house. So yeah, ever since COVID and everything happened, I've been trying my best to monitor that a little bit better so we don't get as sick as often. But anyways, that's announcement number two. Announcement number three, I can't really talk too much about it, but I got an email a few days ago that one of my student loans may be completely forgiven and or compensated due to the school I went to having more problems than just going bankrupt. I can't say any more than that, but I am extremely happy about that because it's a lot of money. And if that can be forgiven and or given back to me, that would be fantastic. And that's all the announcements. So let's get into the game and check out the Gardens of Kadesh.
The nebula is incredibly rich in energy and resources. Energy levels are so high that our sensors are having trouble compensating. Begin harvesting the nebula while we recalibrate the sensors.
I really want to know what kind of script they run on this mission to make this happen. It's so cool and so intuitive. Anyways, let's go ahead and get ourselves launched. Let's get our scouts, our interceptors, light corvettes.
Launching.
And I don't want to risk a repair corvettes.
Reporting.
Boop.
X formation.
I have a feeling we're going to lose a lot of our fighters. For those of you that... Oh, hey, our interceptors have a lot of fuel because I made adjustments before this mission. That should be the last adjustment, so we won't have these glitches anymore. We'll just be able to play the game the way we want to.
Standing by. Establishing X
Nope,
formation.
your corvettes. You go in the wall formation, please.
Establishing wall formation.
Okay.
Reporting.
Do we still have all these guys the way they're supposed to be?
Copies. Group 6.
We don't have our ion frigates in a group. Just stay with the assault frigates.
Group 5 reassigned.
Go. Guys out.
Coordinates confirmed.
Okay. How many RUs do we have? 2,900? We could use more light corvettes. Afraid to use fighters. We could use defenders. Defenders do more damage than a light corvette. They don't have as much armor, but they have a very fast attack speed, making them very effective against the Kadesh. They're also a lot cheaper. You know what? We're gonna build a squadron of defenders. Let's do 12? A lot of money. Screw it, let's try it.
Production underway.
Let's see how effective defenders are against the Kadesh. Now, defenders do the same amount of damage per turret like they did in the original game, but their attack speed has been drastically increased. Like, I think their attack speed is like 1.2 or something like that. Might even be 1.0. So they attack very fast, but they still only do like 5 or 6 damage per turret. Might be 1.5. Because 5 to 6 would be 15 to 18. And they do, it might be 1.0. Oh, figured that part out. But I guess while we're waiting, I'll explain a little bit more of what I changed. Fighters build about as fast as they used to originally. They build very, very quickly. Corvettes, I think fighters take anywhere between 6 to 15 seconds, depending on what you build. Corvettes take anywhere between 20 to 60 seconds, again, depending on what you build. Resource collector, I think, takes like 80 seconds to build. A controller takes like 125 seconds. Frigates take anywhere between 110 to 150, depending on what you build. Super capitals take a long time. They're also extremely expensive. I did this because a super capital ship should be a commitment. You shouldn't be able to spam like destroyers and heavy cruisers and win the battle that way. If you want to build a super capital, it's going to take up to 10 minutes to build. I think this destroyer here takes about 8 minutes because it takes 470 seconds. So yeah, they are very expensive. Destroyers have been buffed because I changed ion cannons to make the ion cannons a little bit more powerful. So that the kinetic turrets shoot a lot slower than they used to. This makes them less effective against strikecraft. The bullets are also slower too, making them very ineffective against strikecraft, but they do a lot of damage. Like, I think this turret does like 70 to 100 damage each one. They shoot like every 4.5 seconds. So they are powerful, but they are slow. Alright.
Launch.
Get some defenders launched. Have them guard or protect the harvesters. I am very curious to see if 12 defenders can really do anything.
Ready for orders.
I don't really use defenders that much, and I'm hoping my mod has
Acknowledged. Ready for escort.
has
Sphere formation confirmed.
at least buffed them to where
Awaiting assignment.
something happens. Also, I don't know why defenders don't have a tail. I don't know if defenders have always been that way and I just never noticed it. But yeah.
Reporting for duty.
They have no tail.
Flight pattern to sphere formation. Flight control engaged, assuming guard position.
Alright, resource controller.
Awaiting assignment.
Honestly, we don't really need to move you that much right now. We're kind of surrounded by RUs. Oh, and resource collectors have had their armor nerfed. So they are the weakest frigate class ship because they use the frigate engine in order to move their stuff around. But they're also very light, which means they're very vulnerable to weapons that can knock ships around. And they're very fast. They're 400 meters per second. I think they are the second fastest one next to the support frigate. And resource controller, I believe I said this before, but their armor has been buffed up. They have a lot of armor compared to the harvesters.
Reporting for duty.
Alright,
Enabled.
let's go harvest. And again, I might make more adjustments, but a lot. Words are hard. There's a lot of testing that needs to be done for before things get in motion.
Waiting order.
Hee. But these two haven't actually gotten to the post yet. That's funny. Alrighty. Here in a moment, the mission should begin.
Reporting.
Now, I have already played the this mission. I have already played this mission, but the problem was apparently the ion frigates wouldn't fire their ion beams. How I fixed it was I just took out the modifications for the ion frigate, put a new file in, and just edited it, and now it works again. So I don't know what happened. Maybe I just changed the file too many times, and it's just like, nope, this is no longer working. But there may be bugs like that. Just let me know, and I'll fix them. But yeah, I'm extremely excited to finally have most of this mod done. I'm still going to be editing and still going to be tweaking as I get information from people and do my own testing. But most of my focus is going to shift over to getting the first episode of the Captain Soban RP series going. Is I still want to get that done by the end of the month, and there's like, as of recording this, 12 or 13 days. So I need to get that done. Oh, and the Nebula has been buffed for how much resources it gives you. I think it's 250 per Nebula piece compared to like 50, I think it was originally. Which I always thought was laughably low for being in an energy-rich environment. So, because I always liked mission 7 and 8 for how many resources you get, but you get a lot of resources on 8 for a different reason, not because of the Nebula.
Standing by.
I think we have to harvest a certain amount of resources before it triggers. I always thought that you had to harvest in the dock, but it's not. Here we go.
There's a contact closing with the mothership. Sensor instability in this region makes it difficult to identify. Prepare the ambassador.
Here we go. Here we go. There's the needle ship. The needle ship has also been buffed. Its ion cannons do more damage. Its weapons attack faster. And it has a lot more health. It's an actual mothership class now. Hello.
This is the garden of Kadesh.
Nice
For
garden.
13 generations we have protected it from the unclean. The tyrannic raiders who came before you refused to join and were punished for this trespass. Like theirs, your ship has already defiled this holy place. If you have come to join, we welcome you, and will spare you your ship until all have disembarked. If you have come to consume the garden, you will be removed at once. What are your intentions?
We were unaware of the significance of this location. We mean you no conflict. Please allow us time to prepare our engines so that we may withdraw as requested.
If you will not join, then die. There is no withdrawal from the garden.
Well, I guess we're dead. I love that cutscene. That's one of my favorite cutscenes in all of Homeworld. There's just something about the Kadesh voice that sounds so intimidating. I just love it. Okay, we're going to war. Going to war with the Kadesh. Hopefully we can handle their swarmers. And by the way, swarmers and advanced swarmers have also been buffed. Their fuel time is higher now, so they can last a little bit longer, and they do more damage. I believe normal swarmers do a little bit over 100 DPS, and advanced swarmers do about 170 DPS. They are deadly. Oh boy.
Delay the attacking ships while Fleet Command charges the hyperdrive module.
Standing by.
All right, boys.
We should have the range to jump clear of the Nebula.
Acknowledged. Locked on target. Ready for
Oh, and normal swarmers go 1,500 meters per second, and advanced swarmers go 1,250 meters per second.
The mothership is under fire.
Hey, look at that! Ion beams are working. Fantastic, boys. Build the
Hyperspace module charging. Ready in 8 minutes.
kill the fuel tanks. Make sure they do not have any way to get to a gas station. Would be fantastic.
Repeat under fire.
Oh, I also just realized since defenders are very slow, they're not going to be able to defend harvesters the way they're supposed to. That's funny. Because the harvesters are faster than the defenders.
bring it on. Group 1 reporting.
One.
Target confirmed. Standing by.
Boys, you continue focusing on him.
Target
Awaiting assignment.
Group 6. Too attack.
Group 3 breaking off.
Target too fast, breaking off attack. Ow, not the support frigate.
Receiving.
Other support frigate, keep this one alive, please.
Alert. Group 6.
Thank you. I think I also nerfed support beams. Support frigates heal 150 per second, and repair corvettes heal 115 per second.
Group 2 under attack.
Oh boy.
Group 6. Where are those orders?
Defenders.
Lost.
Acknowledged.
Ooh. Ouch.
Group 5 under attack.
Acknowledged. Ready for
That
escort.
sucks.
We need a call here.
No, actually, nope.
Flight control engaged. Thanks for responding.
Collector under attack.
Kill those swarmers, please.
We caught him napping.
Resourcer under attack.
All those turrets. Defenders seem to be pretty effective against them. Swarmers do not have a whole lot of health. This defender has no idea what he's doing. He's just dancing all over the place.
Enemy forces are concentrating on our resource collectors. Allocate combat vessels to protect them.
We got him napping.
Alright, boys, get over
Under
here.
attack.
Ready for orders. Target acquired.
Resourcer under attack.
Transfer controller under fire.
Cool.
Group 1 copy.
Fighters, continue engaging.
Target acquired.
Interceptors are still engaging.
Copies. Establishing X formation.
Ooh. Oh, frigate, please keep that frigate
The enemy
alive.
is relying heavily on fighter-class ships. Our research division reports it can design a new type of corvette specially suited to combat multiple fighters. Begin research as soon as possible.
Hee.
Commencing fast-tracking turret research.
Get that research going.
Standing
And
by.
multi-gun corvettes, I believe, do the same damage, but they have a very fast attack speed, similar to the defenders. So they can target multiple ships very, very quickly, which makes them deadly against fighters.
Target too fast.
Oh boy. Go, defenders! Keep killing those little fighters.
Be advised. Controller under attack.
Now, I believe, these guys, yeah, the swarmers think I take 55 seconds to refuel. Advanced swarmers take 55 seconds as well, because I believe they both have the same amount of fuel.
3 standing down.
Reporting for duty.
Okay, this fuel pod is almost killed. We have nothing over here helping these.
Receiving. Target
Reporting for
confirmed.
duty.
Okay, group 1.
One receiving.
This is Group 5.
Oh boy.
Intercept course punched in.
Please kill these guys.
Receiving.
Defenders.
Engaging.
They're too fast. Group 3 breaking off attack.
We're low on fuel.
Oh, group 1's low on fuel.
Group 1.
Crap!
Mothership.
Group 1, go back and get yourself fueled up.
Use here.
Target too fast.
3
breaking off.
We need to launch our heavy corvettes.
I almost feel bad about this.
And we need to
Attack
Ah!
too fast. Group 3 standing down.
Launch repair corvettes!
This is Group 5. Where are those orders?
Awaiting order.
I do not want to lose that resource controller. That thing is expensive.
Orders. Target destroyed. Holding pattern locked in.
Alright. Destroy that one.
Engaging.
Heavy corvettes.
Standing by.
I want you to help out. Woohoo!
Intercept course punched in.
This is so much easier now that my ion cannon frigates are actually working. This was really difficult without those 3 ion cannon frigates. Air corvettes,
Awaiting assignment.
I want you to keep him alive.
Support command received.
We did lose 1 support frigate, which kind of sucks. I think that's because one of the fuel guys got too close and they ran into each other. Okay. Where is our other harvester? Oh, he's getting healed. Oh, I did also increase how fast this heals, because last time I did this mission, it took forever for the harvester to get healed. So I think it heals at the same speed as the
Reporting.
Corvettes, fighters and Corvettes. Just because that made more sense to me.
Attack complete. Holding pattern locked in.
Okay.
Receiving.
5. Kill another one.
Punched in.
Over there is the Needle ship, who is bringing in more fighters and frigates.
Ready for orders. Attack clearance received.
Go in, guys.
Wall formation confirmed.
We're going after the harvesters, whose the harvesters still have their defenders on it. How are the defenders doing?
Reporting for duty.
They're about half fuel. Defend up for a little bit longer.
Reporting for duty.
Okay. Resource controller is getting back up and operational.
4 to combat stations.
Understood. Acknowledged.
Interceptor, we're just gonna go ahead and dock you.
Docking with mothership.
These guys are superior to you, so we don't really want to use that. Doing a pretty good job.
Under attack.
Harvester is under attack. How much money do we have? We have a decent amount.
Yeah,
Once we
very
get our
smooth.
research done.
Target destroyed.
Oh, yeah, very smooth. That was an interesting one. Once we get our research done, we'll start building a squadron of multi-gun corvettes.
Receiving.
Enemy units closing on Group 5.
Boys,
Hyperspace module charging. Ready in 1 minute.
Receiving.
get ready to flee this area. No needle ship.
Responding.
Harvester is taking quite a bit of damage.
Links failing. We have losses.
Resourcer under attack.
Group 6 reporting enemy contact. Reporting.
Fast-tracking turret research complete.
Yes!
Multi-gun corvette available for construction.
Give me a large fleet
Collector
of multi-gun
under
corvettes,
attack.
please.
Construction commencing.
I'd greatly appreciate it.
Standing by.
Mothership.
We have lost a handful of defenders. No, we haven't. Cool.
Hyperspace module fully charged.
Combat stations.
Okay.
Coordinates set.
Reporting for duty.
Engage hyperdrive.
I want to get back here. Let's get the heck out of here.
Auto docking.
Collectors be advised. Controller under attack.
Yeah, more fighters coming in. Oh boy. I want a quick dock. I feel like in this situation you shouldn't be able to quick dock. Go ahead and do it.
Controller under
Yeah.
fire.
Hyperspace initiated.
Repeat. Where are those orders?
No!
Hyperdrive jump failed. The quantum waveform collapsed due to some kind of inhibitor field.
Analyzing field. Continue to protect the mothership until the source is located.
Will do.
Launching.
Acknowledged.
In our favor.
Alright, boys.
Attack plans received.
You attack those.
Mothership.
Defenders.
Assignment received. Controller taking fire. Sphere formation confirmed.
Woohoo.
Awaiting assignment.
At least we got a lot of its stuff done.
Ready for orders. Standing by. Group 5, under attack. Awaiting assignment.
Mothership.
Alright, heavy corvettes.
Locked on target.
Down there. Help out, kill the fuel things. Because these things will only last so long.
Holding pattern.
We have our defenders coming in.
Controller under attack.
We're heavily focusing on our resource controller.
Repeat. Under fire.
Air corvettes,
Launch.
you might be sacrificed.
Group 4 reporting enemy contact.
Launch.
Get our multi-gun corvettes going too.
Mothership.
Air corvettes, please keep them alive.
Port command acknowledged.
Probably gonna die. But at least...
Responding.
Ooh.
Controller under fire. Assuming wall formation.
Alright, multi-gun corvettes, come on. There are a lot of fighters back there.
Attack complete. Holding pattern locked in. Target acquired.
There we go.
Under fire. Requesting orders.
Collector under attack.
Target too fast. You're breaking off.
Woohoo!
Forward to combat stations.
Alright, boys. Continue killing the fuel depots. They're starting to get low on fuel, which is nice.
They're too fast. Breaking off attack.
Reporting for duty.
Don't engage the ones that are flying away, engage the ones that are still attacking.
Receiving.
Oh boy. That resource controller is very low on health. Please kill him fast.
Go.
Acknowledged. Awaiting assignment. Receiving. Engaging. Awaiting orders.
Oh boy. Where's that support frigate?
Anyone out there? We're under attack here. Support is on the way. Hang in there.
Target too
Oh
fast.
my god.
Reporting out.
Combat station.
Oh my god.
Standing by.
That resource controller
Target
is literally about to die.
Breaking off. Ready for orders.
Ooh.
Target destroyed. Entering fast. We're bugging out. Target acquired. Awaiting assignment.
There we go. There we go.
Resources exhausted.
They're too fast.
Construction
Breaking off
paused.
attack.
Alright, multi-gun corvettes, don't worry about the one that's far away. I can't believe this resource controller survived. Oh my god. He was down to literally 1% health.
Awaiting orders.
That is amazing.
Acknowledged.
We're all back here getting refueled.
Reporting for duty.
Guys, get up here, kill these ones.
Collectors be
Ooh.
advised. Controller under attack.
Oh my god. That was crazy.
Reporting.
Haven't really attacked our research ship.
Where are those orders? Standing by.
Attention Group 5.
This thing costs 1,750 RUs,
We are breaking off.
Reporting.
so I definitely do not want to lose that. Launch our light corvettes as well.
Launching.
Reporting.
Standing by.
Ready for orders.
Alright, you take care of these fighters that are waiting. Thank you.
Destroyed. Holding pattern on target.
Thank you.
Target confirmed.
Okay.
Floor
Mothership.
under attack.
8 multi-gun corvettes.
Attack clearance
Collector.
received.
Get back here.
Awaiting assignment.
Defenders.
Repeat, we need direction here.
Defenders are not even attacking.
Target acquired.
They're too fast. Let them go.
God dang it.
Controller under attack. Requesting support.
They're too
Resources
fast.
launched.
Breaking off
No!
attack.
Dang it.
Target too fast. Group 3 breaking off. Target too fast. We are breaking
Assignment
off.
received.
Alright,
Ready for
boys.
orders.
Get back. Do not pursue.
4. Under
Entering
attack.
holding pattern. Intercept course punched in.
Oh boy.
Receiving.
We did lose one harvester. That kind of sucks, but harvesters aren't near as expensive as resource controllers. They are 1,000 RUs. We
Reporting for
do
duty.
have to make sure we don't lose this one, though, because we don't have the money to rebuild one.
Acknowledged. We're running out of juice here.
Uh-oh.
Responding. Under attack. What's the call?
Acknowledged. Ready for escort.
Ghostbusters!
We've got
Group
contact.
4. Reporting enemy contact.
Standing by.
Get over here,
Coordinates
boys.
confirmed. Standing by.
Heavy corvettes.
6 hours so far. Watch the counter. We're low on
Continue
fuel.
handling that. Who's low on fuel?
Group 3 receiving.
You guys? Nope, you're good. I think it's the defenders.
Reporting.
Okay, okay. Ooh,
Target confirmed.
we are alive. Somehow.
This is Group 3. Where are those orders? Establishing wall formation.
We're in the red. Fuel low.
Responding.
Okay.
Support is on the way. Hang in there.
Yep.
Ready for orders.
Target
Multi-gun
destroyed. Entering
corvettes.
holding pattern. Acknowledge.
All the
Receiving.
fighters are currently down, waiting to get fuel.
Target acquired.
I'd like this like little breathing time where we're just waiting for the enemy to get their fighters filled up or trying to kill them before they get filled up. Instead of being constantly swarmed 24/7. This feels a lot more realistic. I love it.
I'm under attack.
I don't know well where the needle ship went. Oh,
Group 4 under attack.
here comes some swarmers.
Target confirmed. Hold and engage. We got contact.
Alert,
Cool.
alert, ambush.
Ugh, we're focusing on the defenders.
Target too fast. We're bugging out.
Mothership.
Okay, multi-gun corvettes, stay over here.
Confirmed.
They're gonna
Group
run, let 'em
under
run.
attack.
Let's make this quick and clean. We're in the red. Fuel low. Locked on target.
Nope, if he's gonna run away, don't worry about it.
Intercept course punched in.
That just means it'll take longer for the fighters to get to him. I also always forget these things have a defense gun on them. Ooh, something exploded back here.
Ready for orders.
Whew! We are surviving.
Reporting for duty.
Standing by.
You boys focus on that one.
Commands received.
Waiting assignment. Group 4. Reading contact. Target destroyed. Entering holding pattern.
Okay.
5 to combat stations.
Should've just left that going.
Target
Apparently
acquired.
now we have -7 RUs. What's one interesting thing I read in the coding when I was messing around for this mod? I didn't know that if you built something halfway through and then canceled it, you don't get all of your refund back. You actually lose a little bit.
Complete. Entering holding
Ooh,
pattern.
yay, the Kadesh are relieving. Cool. Now I owe -$7 to the galactic market. That's funny. Alright. The Kadesh have ran away. We have won.
Underway.
The inhibitor field has disappeared. The hyperdrive is fully functional.
Okay. Let's see what we have lost. We've lost 3 defenders. I expected that. They survived a lot longer than I was actually expecting. It seems like they are effective against fighters. They're not quite as effective against fighters against multi-gun corvettes, which is what I was hoping for. So they don't have as much armor and they don't have as much firepower as the multi-gun corvette. So that works exactly the way I wanted it to. Light corvettes, we didn't lose any. We didn't lose any heavy corvettes. We did lose 1 support frigate and 1 harvester. So that means we've lost 2,100 RUs. Honestly, against the Kadesh, I'll take that. I'll take that trade. But anyways, let us go ahead.
Receiving.
I am going to go ahead and harvest the map, and
Underway.
I will be back once we get done. Oh, and just a quick heads up for those of you that are curious, I did set the build cap for every ship up to 1,000. So you can have up to 1,000 ships in your fleet, and I believe you can have any 1,000 ship that you want. So as you can see here, I just queued up a bunch of things just to show you guys. Boop, boop, boop. So 110 interceptors, 60 repair corvettes. I was not actually going to be building this. I just wanted to show you guys that yes, you can have more, which you can in the real game. And the reason why I decided to do that is because since everything is a lot more expensive in my mod, if you have the RUs to build 100 destroyers, go for it. I'm not gonna let the game stop you. This is your single player game, and do what you want. Speaking of that, maybe in the future, I might try to do a playthrough of this mod, trying to get through with only one specific ship. Only problem is, if I do like a super capital, you won't be able to build those until like mission 6, so it might be a possibility. Or I might stick to a specific class, like stick to corvettes beating the game, stick to fighters beating the game, and only build like support frigates for refueling and whatnot. I don't know. It's an idea for the future. One thing I would say about harvesting in the Nebula, I always thought they did a really cool job with the design of the Nebula, making it very, very transparent. Because I actually thought as a kid when I was playing this mission that I was actually harvesting the background of the map. So I was like, if we harvest enough, would the background change? But no. They just made this look really good because of its transparency, that it feels like you're actually harvesting the Nebula. Just kind of want to make that comment here while we're waiting for all of our stuff to get done. I do have 2 harvesters now rebuilt, so I should go a little bit faster, and I'm hoping, I want to see how many RUs we get with my adjustments by the time we get done with this. So that if I know if I lose like 4,000 or 5,000 RUs worth of equipment, I want to know how much devastating it would be if for the rest of the campaign. Like if that would be like, okay, so now we can't have as strong as a fleet in the next mission because we lost too many ships and there's not enough RUs on the map to recover you. I don't know, just curious. So I'm hoping it will be about 5,000. We can, if it goes up to 10,000, that would be fantastic because the Nebula does have 5 times more resources than it used to. Because I wanted to make it to where, since this is the midpoint of the game, where you can get a bunch of your resources and not have to worry too much about it unless you lose a lot of ships later on. Because it does make sense, because the Nebula is, as the game says, is very high energy and very dense in resources, so we should be able to get a large chunk of resources while we're here. Alright, we are officially done harvesting the map.
Available resources consumed.
That took 1 hour and 20 minutes just about to harvest the entire map with 2 harvesters, even with the little bit that we harvested in the beginning of the mission. Oh boy, that took a really long time. It probably wouldn't be a bad idea to invest in more harvesters to speed that up a little bit, especially for the next mission. But I did also end up doing a little bit of research to figure out, because I thought I increased the Nebula by 5 times. No, I actually increased it by 2.5 times. Nebula used to be 100 and I set it to 250. So, without further ado, let's see how many resources we got. We currently have 13,000 stored up. If this was Homeworld Vanilla, that would be a whole lot of resources. In my mod, that is enough to build 2 destroyers. So, it's a lot, but it's not an overwhelmingly high level amount. How much did we actually get all together though? Because that part I'm actually curious about. Let's see, we built 12 defenders and we built 8 multi-gun corvettes in this mission for 5,200, so 18,000. There's about 18,000 resources on this map. That is a whole lot of resources. And 18,000 should be enough to build a couple destroyers. It's enough to build 3 destroyers. So again, it's a lot of resources. I would say that's definitely up on the upper level of resources, but it's still not like huge amounts of resources in my mod. So I was debating back and forth if I should reduce the Nebula resources because I thought I was giving a little bit too much, but then I remembered I increased it on purpose because like it's an energy-rich environment. There's going to be a lot of stuff that we can harvest to build up our fleet. So, oh, in case you guys are also curious, the next mission, there's a bunch of large dust clouds in like the middle of the map that you can harvest. I found out that those give you 700 resources each, which is why you get so many resources on mission 8. I've dumbed that down to 400, thinking that would compensate for the amount of Nebula, the increase in the Nebula RUs. But I didn't realize how many how much Nebula was in this mission. I didn't think there was this much. But anyways, let's figure out what kind of fleet we want. Actually, what do we have in our storage bay? We're actually getting almost full on Corvettes. Because I set the mothership to have 35 Corvettes and 65 fighter docking bays. So, yeah, that's so you can't, even though I took the limit off of the ships, you still can't have a crap ton of fighters and Corvettes unless you have some sort of way to refuel them. So unless you have a giant squadron of support frigates keeping your fighters and Corvettes alive, that's something for you guys to figure out. Carriers, I believe, also been nerfed. I think they have like 35 fighters and maybe 15 Corvettes. I don't remember. I have to look into the logs. But anyways, let's see what we have. We have 9 defenders. We have 9 attack bombers. Scouts and interceptors we're not going to use for these missions because they're just going to get wiped out by the swarmers. We could get more light corvettes to help against swarmers. I want to get more multi-gun corvettes because that's going to kind of be our specialty. So if we build 3 multi-gun corvettes, and then, because they'll bring us up to 30, and then build 5 light corvettes, they'll max us out to 35. We won't be able to have any more. We could get rid of our salvage corvettes, but we're going to need that for Mission 9. I think after Mission 9 I can get rid of them. Because I don't think there's any more ones that we have to do to advance the mission or the campaign. Okay, so let's build 3 multi-gun corvettes. That'll bring us up to 11. And then build, I would like to bring that up to 12. Multi-gun corvettes are more important, so let's build 4 multi-gun corvettes and 4 light corvettes. So it'll be 7 and 12. And then we might build a few more defenders. We might build 5 more defenders, bringing us up to 16. And maybe 5 more attack bombers as well. Because we could use the attack bombers against the multi-beam frigates that we'll have to worry about. Because I have buffed those up. They used to be pretty deadly in the original game. They're very deadly in my mod. Let's just say they do about as much damage as a heavy cruiser. They are very deadly, but their armor's been reduced, so they're easier to kill, but they do a lot more damage. They're also faster than salvage corvettes, so if any of you guys can figure out how to capture them with slow salvage corvettes, there's a challenge for you guys.
Yes, a challenge. I'm completely up to that.
Yeah, Darth, there's your challenge for you, man.
Yes. Yes, I will capture all of the multi-beam frigates and then scrap them for salvage corvettes.
Okay, Darth, jeez. Settle down, man. Settle down. I know you get happy when it comes to capturing everything around the world, but it's not my forte. Anyways, yeah, so let's build 7 defenders, 7 attack bombers, 4 light, 4 multi, and let's see where that brings us to. Why am I building 7 defenders again? I kind of was not paying attention. We need 6. That's what I thought. Not 7. 6 attack. Or 6 defenders, 6 attack. 4 of these. 4 of these. That brings us up to 4,600. We'll have 9,000 left, or 8,500. And then let's rebuild a support frigate and build another one. Do we have enough for 1 destroyer? We do. Okay. It'll be 11,500. See, even though this is a lot of resources, with all of these modifications, it's not much. I would say 13,000 is upper words, probably a decent amount. It's not huge, but it's not, like, small either. It's okay. And then, can we build a drone frigate? Oh, that put us just over. Dang it! Okay. We have to be very careful with our defenders. attack bombers we can use against the multi-beam frigates. They'll not only disorient them, but it'll keep them distracted so our main frigates can actually do things. And I need to utilize the support frigates more when it comes to fueling up my ships. That's one thing I've been kind of lacking here recently. This is about it. This will give us 1,500 resources in the bank, so in case we lose all of our collectors, we can rebuild them. Mission 10 is going to be so interesting. Because I'm so used to just having a gigantic destroyer fleet right now. But because they're so expensive, I don't feel the urge to just invest everything in destroyers and hope it works. Okay. Light corvettes, I believe, have pretty good tracking, so if we get rid of the light corvettes, replace it with a drone frigate, it'll still give us 1,000 left. We can add more to the multi-gun corvettes. That might be a better alternative. It'll give us 200 resources. So we could put our defenders on our destroyer to protect it against the swarmers. We can use the attack bombers against the multi-gun or multi-beam frigates. The multi-gun corvettes can go against the swarmers. Support frigates can keep the capital ship and destroyer alive, and drone frigate can be used to help protect the frigates using their drones. These drone frigates, I believe, have been, I want to say, nerfed. Yeah, I think they've been nerfed because their drones just did way too much damage. I don't remember what the DPS is, but I think I adjusted it to where the drones do like 1.5 to 2.5 deep damage per second, and then you just have to multiply that by 24. So I believe they do more like DPS than a multi-gun corvette, but it's not as overwhelming as it used to be. Yeah, we could try this. This will bring us to 2 assaults, 3 ions, 1 drone, 3 support, 1 destroyer. I believe this would be 14 multi-gun corvettes, 15 attack bombers, and 15 defenders. Let's do it. Let's order. I think this is going to be my final order.
Construction commencing.
Okay, and then once all of this is complete, we will get ready to hyperspace to the next mission. That just gives you guys a chance to see how fast things build. Like, destroyers build extremely fast, or extremely slow. Frigates build decently, corvettes build pretty quickly, and fighters build really fast. They all have their own, like, speed category now. Okay. Everything is now constructed. We have our first destroyer. I am terrified to use this in the next mission because I know how powerful the Kadesh mothership is and how deadly the multi-beam frigates are. I feel like we're gonna lose this in the next one, and hopefully we can keep it as live as long as possible because it is very expensive to produce. But let's go ahead and see what our grand total is. We have 2 assault, 3 support, 1 drone, drone frigate, 3 ion, 1 destroyer, 15 defenders, 6 scouts, 5 interceptors, 15 attack bombers, 3 light corvettes. Did I build extra? No, I wanted to build more multi-gun corvettes. That's right. 11 heavy corvettes, 14 multi-gun corvettes, 3 repair, and 2 salvage. But like I said, once we get through mission 9, I'm just going to get rid of the salvage corvettes because we don't need them to advance the missions anymore. So, let's go ahead and hyperspace. And before I do want to actually tell you guys something that Darth Soban wanted me to add into this game. The Tyrannic Raider carrier and the Kadesh mothership are now capturable. I have no idea what's going to happen if you capture the Tyrannic, Kadeshi mothership, because I have no idea how it's going to dock into the mothership. But for those of you that'd love to do salvage runs, let me know. And also let me know how difficult it is to capture the Kadesh mothership, if I need to buff up its defenses or whatnot. Because I did buff up its point defense systems, so it should be harder for fighters and corvettes to actually engage it, but I may need to adjust it a little bit by either making it more powerful or by increasing the bullet speed so it's easier for it to hit fighters and corvettes. So I just wanted to put that in here because that was something that Darth Soban wanted me to add in, and you can thank him for that. Anyways, let's get the heck out of here.
Marshalling the fleet.
Let's get everyone docked in and get to the next mission. It was funny because when I was going through when I was going through the coding, like all of that was already set up. Like the salvage points on the Kadesh mothership and the salvage points on the Tyrannic Raider carrier were all set up. The only thing was it required 99 salvage corvettes to initiate it. I just set that to the value it's supposed to be. Ciao. Pretty cool. Bye bye, research ship. One day you'll have a hyperdrive, but today is not that day. Wait for our other ships to get into the thing.
Hyperspace engaged.
Come on, Iron Array Frigate. Or you're not an Iron Array Frigate. Ion Cannon Frigate. Get into your position. There we go. Now we can get the heck out of here. Got a destroyer.
The enemy mothership appeared to be equipped with a powerful field generator. This field deformed our quantum wavefront and prevented us from making a hyperspace jump. We also observed that the enemy's hyperspace module has an identical power signature to our own. This raises interesting questions considering our own technology was reverse engineered from the wreck of the car Toba. Our hyperspace systems are now functioning properly, and this jump will carry us clear of the Nebula.
Very curious indeed. Wait, we're still in the Nebula! Wasn't supposed to happen. None of this was supposed to happen. Okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and end this episode here. The next one, we will move on to Mission 8 and figure out why we haven't escaped the Nebula. So, yeah, hope you guys enjoy this. Please leave a like if you do. If you like what I do, consider subscribing. If you want to check out this mod for yourself, I have it linked in the video description. It's a ModDB page. Just go to it, download it, and then extract it to your Homeworld directory. Unless you're using the Homeworld Remastered collection, then you have to go into Homeworld 1 Classic data and extract it there, and it should work just fine. So yeah, until next time, guys. This is Captain Soban signing out.
The Faker have arrived. Emergency hyperspace procedures initiated. The mothership must survive.